Astrea, Impact, Stretch. African TV Playground Studio Live 2020 GSL Season 2 Code S The Coming Storm.
Ooh, I like the song.
Yeah.
This is like kind of Inspector Gadget-y, you know?
This is something that we know, but we can't put our finger on it because it's remixed so heavily.
We've got Dark versus Stats. What a matchup.
Dude, this is the finals of anything.
Yeah, I think, again, it's safe to say Dark will take it, but Stats is looking really good.
Yeah.
We're having Protoss play late game.
I'm liking it.
I dig it.
Well, I can't wait to see what Stats can do here, because this guy is kind of the late game Protoss that we think of, and Astrea showed us that it's doable. You can play a sick late game against Dark.
Yeah.
Is Stats going to show something like that, or does he have some sharp builds prepared? I'm just not sure what we're going to see. And Eternal Empire, well, that's the map to start it on, because you never have a quick game here.
Yeah.
Eternal Empire is the epic map. If he does some glaives all in, I am going to just shake my head with tears coming out of my eyes, because what a waste of this map that would be.
Yeah, I don't think he will. I don't think he will. Okay, it's time. This is game number 1 on Eternal Empire. Dark vs. Stats starts now.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해 볼까? 드래곤 피닉스 게이밍 다크 박영우. 아프리카 프릭스 스태츠 김대영.
Okay, we're on the map that makes for epic games. Let's see how this is going to look. I don't think either player is going to play too aggressively, but if there was one to do it, I would imagine it's Dark. Every once in a while, he'll just get in your face.
It's such a good map for macro, though, and you can't imagine. Look at that, 28 and 28.
Wow.
Legacy of the Void.
That's so crazy. They're that even.
It makes sense, though.
Well, both these guys
at the top since Legacy of the Void came out, basically.
Yeah, this has really been their version of StarCraft where they dominated.
Yeah. But I don't think, like, if someone all-ins, I think it will be Stats to try to mix it up. The thing is, I think that this game will be very telling of how Stats wants to play the series. I know it's only a best of 3, so if it's very telling, it's like, well, there might only be one more game. But it's a map where the third base is so easy to take, and then taking the fourth base is not that hard. And it's very defendable, right? So if you're not going to play a macro game here, you're probably not very confident in the macro game, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of tailor-made. It's like the current Abyssal Reef, right? Abyssal Reef, just every time we were on that map, it would just go 4 or 5 bases easy.
Yeah.
Every game. It was the big macro map, and I feel like that's what this is currently. Eternal Empire.
Go!
He's dead, man.
You know he's doomed, too.
Yeah. There's no chance.
Aw.
He's a deputy boy. You had to watch it.
Here. Okay. Oh my gosh, almost knocked over my drink. Okay. So, we're going to start out with a little bit of adept pressure. We have the Stargate coming. We could still have a whole bunch of different types of games, but usually if you have a Stargate right away, it tends to lend itself a little bit more towards a macro play. There are crazy things you can do off of it, but again, I'm used to just seeing Stats play pretty standard.
Yeah, that is how he kind of made his name for himself. Okay, single Ling actually just runs all the way across the map and in. So we will get that full scout off and see that Oracles are on the way. Hey, 3 kills, 4 kills.
Yeah, again,
4
looking
kills.
a little bit like our games with Impact, where
Dude.
Stats is just getting in there and he's getting a lot of damage.
I don't mind losing those 2 adepts for 4 kills.
Yeah, no, it's definitely worth it. And things are going to heat up even more. We have the Oracle coming.
He's going to get 3 kills here? Easy.
Yeah, at least. Maybe even 4 or 5.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh my god, 9 kills already? That's so crazy.
How is he what? Is this just what Stats does? He opens games with 9 drone kills?
What's crazy is like...
What's your strategy, Stats? Oh, I kill like just under 10 drones. And then I go into a macro game and I kill him.
What's crazy is when you lose workers this early, it doesn't matter how good you are. You know, as a Zerg player, like, you are just so limited in what you can do.
What?
Are you serious?
Oh, miss micro from Stats. Lucky Dark.
Yeah.
He could have had 2 more drones there.
But already we're into 11 drone kills total. But yeah, I mean, even a player like Dark, no matter how good you are, those few workers at the start,
oh, it's painful.
I mean, these are the building blocks that allow you to get up to the momentum where you can actually have attacks or hold off attacks, everything, your tech. So, I mean, taking hits like this early on can absolutely lead to a loss later.
You see this? He's making 4 overlords at once because he got supply blocked.
Oh, man.
It's, I mean, this is a good opening for Stats. You cannot deny that. He's playing a very nice game. And this is really what I want, too. Like I was talking about with Astrea, but especially from Stats, because he's kind of had, since that year where he and Cyril just did battle everywhere, you know, we've been waiting for Stats to show that level again. It's been fleeting, you know?
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to have him back up at the top of Protoss. Like, who's in charge of Protoss if it's not Stats?
Well, he was the guy who was in charge of Protoss. He was the president.
With Zest in charge, everyone just does Adept all-ins.
It is true. It is kind of funny.
Look, I love Zest.
There was
He's
a period,
fantastic, but I don't want him in charge. I want Stats in charge.
This is a very good point. When Zest was dominating, everybody's just like, all right, so you make Adepts.
Zest, yeah, he's the strongest Protoss right now. You can't really deny it. He has the best results this year.
I'll tell you something, man. Seeing this macro play come out here, we might see a huge shift in the whole way this matchup's working, because there was like a year or two where it was just the Protoss, these futile attempts of trying to go kill the Zerg and dying.
All right, flies back in. Let's see what he gets done. Only a couple drones this time, but gets out with both of them. Phoenix still flying around, getting some scouting going.
Okay, so we have a small push coming out here. Stats has been very, very patient. You know, with attacks like this, killing this many drones and then not doing any kind of dramatic push yet, means he's going to be in really good shape when this push does come.
He's not making Immortals. That makes me really nervous for him.
Well, he just started
a very weird-looking little attack that he's doing. It's kind of like what we saw before.
It seems like he wants to try to come out here with just the gateway units. He's going to have 4 more gates finishing up in a second here. And maybe just run over the Zerg, you know?
Honestly, he just flew a hallucination over those roaches. He needs to get out of there. He just doesn't have an army that can fight that. And if you lose this set of units, all the hard work you've done is for naught.
Yeah.
All right, he's got the couple of Oracles sitting on defensive duty. And this is kind of the nice thing about this map, right? They have that small ramp to go up towards your natural. Other than that, you just defend at the 3rd base. So he's got some good positioning of his units. It doesn't feel like Dark can break him. Dark has a big enough army, though. It's keeping Stats off the map. And a hive starts already. All right.
Okay.
And the Spire. When you see those two line up, you know what the thought process is.
Yeah. We have, again, the War Prism coming down here through the bottom right. See if he can get any damage here. I thought we might end up having some kind of attack on the Zerg in the 4th base, but it seems like right now Dark is just a little bit too strong for that to be worthwhile. It seems like, yeah, as you were saying, Artosis, Broodlords are going to be an inevitability here.
It does kind of feel that way, but when you do just kind of go directly after Broodlords without that middle ground tech, I feel like you are leaving an opening for Protoss to hit you right before, right? If they hit a sharp timing right before Broodlords, they're going to kill minimum 1 base. Forces a cancel here on the 5th, so that's kind of nice. Ooh, he better get up that ramp.
Yeah, this is bad. These things are getting in the way. Oh no, the Archon and the new Immortals will go down. No War Prism in sight. And it's a mistake like that that can just cost you this game.
Yeah, that was some very valuable units that went down.
You think
right
of
there.
all those drones that were killed off early on, and now I don't know if Stats is going to have the muscle for at least a little while to try to push out.
Yeah.
Immortals and Archons are the most important part of those pushes.
It's so true. It really is. And when you're facing down a Greater Spire that's on the way,
Yeah.
feels like you really want to have your army together. You really want to hit that very powerful attack.
Yeah, you want to hit them before they get that tech up,
And the
and
thing
now
is,
that's been delayed.
You're massively outscaling the man who has just pure roach. You
Right,
know, he's sitting there with mostly roaches, some lynx, a couple ravagers.
Oh my God.
If you can just keep your units together, you're gonna massacre the army eventually.
All right, an easy denial here, and I don't even know if Stats wants to take this fight. I mean, this is not a lot. Oh my God, there's Roaches counterattacking here as well. And we have this Zealot attack over here. I don't know if this is going to match the damage that's already being inflicted here by Dark. Oh my God, that's the second Oracle that's died to Ravager's Corrosive Vial.
Looks like he's pretty busy elsewhere. 10 Corruptors on the way, though.
Yeah.
And I think that this is going to do a good job against Stats. He doesn't really have the army together to fight this, and it has a lot to do with the units that he's hemorrhaged. Would you rather have 3 Immortals and no Archons, or some Archons and 5 Immortals?
I'd go with the second one. Sounds a little bit better.
Yeah.
This is brutal. Well, hold on a second, though. We're going to have Stats push out. Now, the supplies alone don't look very good here, right? It's 184 to 139, but I just don't even know.
But it's roach heavy supply right now. It's
That's
prepper
true.
heavy.
That's true, but I mean, this is a big enough difference, right?
Yeah.
Where I think the Roaches are still a threat.
Yeah.
The fourth is being taken, though.
Broods are being made.
But when these Broodlords are out, you just can't attack into where the Broodlords are.
Well, you need a lot of damage output to actually clear the roaches, because once you clear the ground army, you actually can blink under broods and kill them. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
It is doable. You can counter them with this, but with just the size of the army of Dark, look at this, 150 supply to 200. He's got more than 40 more army supply. The Stalkers aren't going to do it here. Absolutely not.
Another storm here. Broodlord's continuing to push up. Oh my gosh. All right, we have more vials shot forward here. The Broodlords continue to push here. Now, again, you know, this is one of the funny things about when you get Broodlords out is suddenly the Zerg is the slowest race. You know, everything else for Zerg is just quick counterattacks, but you kind of have to escort the Broodlords with the rest of your army. And this is where counterattacks like this one are actually very strong.
Actually, quite a few roaches kept back to defend against this. I feel like that's when you see that big of a roach army over here, I would almost want to look.
On the broods?
See if I can kill the broods then. Because look, this is not that many units. He's going to kill these. This is not that hard to kill.
Yeah, no, you're completely right, especially with Stalkers sitting on both sides. I think one more blink, and you can just, there it is.
Yeah. Ooh, those storms, though. Is there a Knurl somewhere on those High Templars?
Well, you know, the Broods are gone now. I'm a little bit surprised that of all players, Dark would have invested in those Broods and then managed to squander them like that.
Well, he just left so many units at home to stop the counterattack.
Yeah.
But it did, I mean, it's kind of a funny, weird situation because Stats had so many Stalkers as well. He might not have been expecting that, right? If that's a more Zealot-heavy army, if he has half as many Stalkers, he actually doesn't clear that.
So, I don't know. I mean, I feel like right now Dark's in a weird spot tech-wise, but you can see there's so many roaches here, I don't even know if it mattered. I mean, this is one of the reasons why Dark is so good. Look at this. There's a never-ending line of roaches just coming up here. And again, right now, Stats needs this fourth base.
Well,
Dark
he's
needs to
at least eliminating a base right there. So
he's going to get the Immortal here, too.
But yeah, you're quite right. Losing this base for Stats is painful indeed.
You know, when you lose all your Immortals, if you're on one Robo, it's like, it's a huge reset in the game, you know? I mean, Dark right now is basically, barely winning every single fight. Great game by Dark. Again, now this is why Dark is the world champion. Even though Stats killed, I think it was 11 drones.
Yeah.
Like, which is just a jaw-droppingly high number to lose, right? A lot of times you'll just lose 1 or 2 drones too many and it's almost impossible to come back against a pro. But Dark is just so robust. Even when he lost the Broodlords, it didn't really matter because he just had so much. a lot of this, I think, came down to these subtle moments where Stats would lose an Archon here, and then Mortal there.
Lost a couple of Oracles pretty cheaply, lost
That's
a couple
right.
Archons, lost a couple of Mortals. You're right.
Overall,
those are really important parts.
Sloppier game here for Stats.
If you look at all these engagements and add 2 Immortals and 2 Archons to all of them,
Yeah.
suddenly Stats is crushing these fights that he's barely winning.
We're going to go to map number 2. That's on Death Aura. Dark versus Stats. Dark with a 1-0 lead. Stats, one of the greatest Protosses of all time, but Dark is in his prime. He is the world champion 2019. And right now it's looking like he could be the GSL Season 2 champion with how he's playing. Our game is loaded up. Let's see what happens.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해볼까?
Okay.
Nice.
12 pool. All right,
Nice.
let's do it. Let's see if Stats makes a gas. Oh no, his probe's coming.
Ready?
Good sound effects.
Thank you.
You're like that guy from Police Academy.
Oh yeah, where that show's probably so old that only you and me are gonna know that joke. But yeah, sound
There's
effect.
a bunch of oldies that watch this.
Yeah.
Police Academy is great though. I love that.
Yeah,
love
I
that
actually
movie.
like that
set
type of
movies.
humor. Yeah, that kind of
Yeah.
over the top, and it's like really dumb.
Yeah.
Austin Powers, like I love that
Sure. Yeah.
dumb humor. So there's Sixlings coming right away. Dark is one of the players who does this kind of stuff, by the way.
Yeah.
Haha.
I'm just gonna see these things pop out. Oh, there it is.
Yep. He immediately. Oh, I
Oh!
like it. How are you gonna
Cool.
wall now?
Oh, that's
He's
neat.
like this tasteless. I'm like, okay, sorry, I didn't know.
So hold on.
Wait, no, what?
What does this
What does
actually?
he want to do?
How does this?
Do you try to cancel the hatch, or do you want it to finish? And
Okay, so
I don't
if the
actually-
Zealot pops out on the inside and you full wall, then you kill the gate, and yeah,
yeah, I'm actually,
you just attack the gate here. Yeah,
look at this,
look at that.
guys.
Dark walled Stats in and is killing his gateway.
I think the ladder's going to be ruined for a lot of people this week. All right, so he's going to try to sandbag this. And the problem.
This is incredibly interesting.
So wait, what is he making now? A gate and a battery.
He's
but
trying to chrono that
this-
out so hard, but it's not
It's
coming
not,
out.
never going to happen.
It's never going to happen.
So do you want the hatch to finish here?
That's an interesting question.
I don't actually know. It seems like with the battery here, these links can't do much, right? But maybe you
Wow.
make a queen. Okay, he is making a queen.
Oh, wow.
All right, now the battery's going to finish, but the battery can't heal itself.
Yeah, that's a
So,
really
like-
good point. Yeah, he's just targeting down the battery now.
Okay, so that.
And now the
Oh!
Ling's going to the main base. More Lings are going to be on the way.
I think the queen is barely going to get out. Now the probes in the main can't be defended. What an unusual strategy. This is so cool.
This is really cool. I've never seen this.
One of the trickier games we've had to cast here. You know, the queen, I think that's going to get out, man.
Yeah, it does look.
is that-
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and now with the queen here, you have this range attack all of a sudden, which can completely abuse the zealots. Even with a battery, there's not going to be that much energy
And look
here.
how much the Lings in the main base are doing.
Yeah.
Oh, the probe's actually getting some good surrounding on those Lings.
This is a great zoom by our observer here, by the way.
Yeah.
Look at this. We're really getting to just see everything.
Absolutely. Well, he lost the Lings in the main, so I think that was definitely a misplay from Dark. No
Yeah,
question
well,
there.
there's a lot going on here. There is an adept out. I think these batteries are almost dried up here.
Yeah, they certainly are.
The link count, though, is getting lower. I think he's going to try to actually pin this queen over here, but
Well, I think it definitely would be a good call if he can get the queen out, because queen is adding such steady damage here.
yeah, there's only 12 drones right now compared to the 24 here. But I think we're at the brink where this is just going to be broken. By the way, warp gate
warp
is
gate's
done.
finishing,
Warp
yeah.
gate's done, but there's still an adept making, so he can't turn
And
it
that's
into
his
a warp
only
gate.
gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. But he will be able to up by 2 units momentarily here.
Yeah, but the thing is, the second hatch is also still alive, right? So,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I think you just kill the gateway, right? Or you can kill the
Well-
cybernetics core and then it's just zealots warping in. By the way, this Adept does not shade away.
Ouch. Yeah, I think Stats is going to die.
Yeah. By the way, there's 500
doesn't
minerals.
Have the damage output.
Yeah, yeah. Dark with cool kit points here with this build.
For sure. Stats doesn't look too pleased right now.
What a crazy game. Yeah, I think he did it. I think there's no way to recover now. It's just what, one Adept over here. There's batteries coming down, but by the way, Dark is making drones behind this. But I actually don't even know if we're going to go into a game that's going to be late. I mean, how do you even
though the drone count has been so low for so long, just the fact that you have to clear all this creep and he has two entries at home, Dark is going to get way ahead. One base Protoss can't do anything.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything that a one base Protoss can do other than make a Nexus?
No, I mean, it's you need to get out there and expand, and that's why Protoss just have to master the early game against Dark. But Dark came in here with this really crazy strategy. It looks like something No Regret would do. And
it looks like something that Impact is writing the build order down for right now.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I gotta say, it's pretty impressive that this is being held as well as it is, but...
Oops.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think how precious every single Adept is here.
Well, I think from here he's probably gonna get a Prism and just kind of go all in with Adepts, right?
Which is fine, I guess.
You have to try to deal counter damage, and there's no link speed.
That's a good point. I actually forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, if there was link speed, this would already be over.
Yeah.
But you can kind of micro against, you know, no link speed.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Sats feeling like he might have some sort of shot. I like the pre-shades that he's doing, by the way. This is really, really good from Stats. I was trying to clean it up. Glaives on the way. Yeah, I think he's giving himself the best shot he can think of.
Now, if he wins this, I mean, that would be the craziest thing ever. But the thing is,
I just at the last second. Perfectly done.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Dark just getting the absolute value out of everything. I'm like, can you get a probe? Can you do that? I don't know. At least he gets a scout off here. Okay, so, you know, I do believe that this build, if done correctly by Dark, we're already supposed to be at GG, right? I don't think this is one where you just try to do a lot of damage and then play a macro game, but let's see what happens now.
Well, he's gonna have Glaives.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, he's walled in, Dark has, so it's not like you can really do much of anything out here.
Does he have a Prism on the way?
I don't know. Did he get one?
Yeah, he does. He has a Prism on the way right now.
There it is.
So as that Prism comes up, the wall doesn't really do anything. There are a lot of Adepts out. Glaives is about to finish. What's the army look like for Dark? It's not super good.
Okay,
yeah, I mean, that's scary.
He can elevator this up into the main if he wants. I guess he wants to try to just bust the spine. Do we have any transfuses? I guess not.
Okay, well, he busts the wall, so he can now start shading past. The Glaive's really paying off right now.
Yeah, no kidding. The Warp Prism micro is so important here. Let's also keep in mind, if the Warp Prism is ever picked off, this rush will end. I think, okay, he doesn't commit. Now, he's getting the Roach Warren.
Yeah, that's
what was intended to be a part of the wall is now a very easy target. And, I mean, you want Roaches here, not Lings, so a Roach Warren's being remade here. Even though there's not a whole lot that the Zerg needs to defend, it seems like there might be enough Adepts. This is so crazy. Look at this. He can cancel it any time he wants. It pulls away everything. I think the next target might even be the hatchery. Maybe the drones?
I think he just attacks anything coming down and does, right? Like, just target as best you can, get your damage out there, because you have to keep the pressure on here. Oh my god, he actually does shade in, gets the queen. He's going to pick up these 3 Roaches quickly,
this means some of that army's pinned in there, but it looks like he's timed this out enough where there's going to be a shade out.
What an amazing game from Stats here.
Oh,
wow.
That's so sick. Wow.
Dude.
What a game.
Look at Stats' smile. That really looked like he was not going to be able to come back.
That's
he had
so
one damaged Adept. He was down to 1 damaged Adept at one point there. Lost his footing at his natural, lost all those buildings. No problem. Come right back.
What a game, man. That's like a 1 in a million games that we get here in GSL. That was just something really special.
Yeah, well, tonight is just amazing games overall. I told you this is going to be a great season.
You were right.
I don't even want to cast Season 3. This is where I'm at.
Going to end GSL with this one. Everdream is map number 3. Now, Stats won in a very abstract game, but I imagine Dark is going to go right back into more standard play. And then we got to see how Stats can fare. Maybe Stats is some kind of crazy rush, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
know what they're going to do.
Huh. All right.
All right, our game's ready. Game 3, Dark for Stats. Let's do this.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해 볼까? 드래곤 피닉스 게이밍 다크 박명호 아프리카 프릭스 스태츠 김대영
So, denies that hatch replacement. Pretty standard early game thus far. You think Stats might have an all-in planned, or?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I mean, one thing about that game we just saw is that's, you know, a once-in-a-lifetime kind of game,
You have
right?
to do that all off the cuff.
Yeah,
that can't be planned out by Stats.
Yeah, that's like Stats basically getting surprised by the hatchery and then panicking, and via his instinct and intuition, he just manages to hold it and then does a brilliant counterattack with good control and wins. But I don't think that necessarily shows that Stats could, this time around, do some kind of really crazy all-in to make it work. But I also think that still in game number 1, it's fresh in Stats' mind that Dark is overall a better late game player. And if you're really against a player who's better overall late game, obviously you want to try to improve on your own late game and you know, maybe eventually overcome that. But in a tournament moment like this, a lot of times players rush. Yeah. Say I can't beat him in that kind of game, so I'll play by a different set of parameters and maybe I'll win that way.
Sure. Well, we'll see what Stats has planned here. It's kind of funny that we're excited about what these Protoss players have planned, but as far as Dark goes, it's like he's so good that we're just sitting here like, okay, well, let's see if you hold whatever's
Look at that crazy game that Dark just did back there. He's just
awesome.
been sitting on that build for a while.
Yeah.
Says, all right.
12 cool, hatch to block, kill the gate.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's a cool idea.
Yeah. Really smart stuff. Okay, so for now, we have the Robo coming here.
Part of the wall.
Twilight Council as well. I'm sorry, he skipped Stargate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Could just be an Archon drop. It could be, you know, just into Glaives, but I feel like that would have been started. Okay, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Okay, Glaives is coming here. Now, again, I feel like if you're going to be one of the best Zergs of all time, or in this case, the former world champion, you're very good at holding off a depth pressure. There's no way you can get to that type of title, a world champion, without having so much experience with this. So let's see if there's something new that Stats has added into this that might make it a little bit more interesting. In a weird way, in the losers part of this group, you have to imagine the players are thinking, okay, Dark, please win this and go on. Since right now, Dark is viewed as one of the most dangerous players to go against. Even though Stats is very good. I think if you're a pro gamer, you'd prefer to have a game here against Stats over a game against Dark.
Yeah.
Right?
Dark is probably the last person you really want to face.
Right.
Maybe TY, because he's the latest champion, right?
Something
right. Like All right. Let it begin. Here we go. Going to be up on Fort Gates. Plenty of lings being made by Dark here. Speed is on the way. Ro.24 coming up. Time to warp in. And it should be that dance that we are quite used to at this point.
We're all too familiar with here. He's going to shade in there. We're going to have it cancel here. If he doesn't cancel, it's suicide.
And
And
you lose the game if you don't cancel that.
yeah, and you know, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of areas that you can try to attack into. So I'm curious what the game plan is. This seems pretty straightforward, right?
Did you see that, by the way? Dark started burrow and canceled. I heard he actually has some weird hotkeys where stuff like that happens sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna have to cancel that again. The transfuses go down. He has taken out the creep tumors here. Important to note. So the creep is gonna start diminishing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Pretty
actually.
quickly, and maybe when he pushes through this, then he has the option to go up or down.
Just trying to target down some of these roaches, dealing a lot of damage.
It's funny, he has just enough adept that it doesn't kill a roach and they'll target it.
Yeah. It's like literally one adept off, and now he's
Yeah.
lost a couple of them
So
as
he
well.
needs to have another wave to warp in, and then I think he can actually one-shot roaches.
Yeah, I believe you're correct.
A lot
on
of
that.
the StarCraft micro is centered around, okay, how many units do you need to one-shot or two-shot something, you know?
Having a hard time actually targeting them all down, but look at that, picking off quite a few roaches. Dark Shrine on the way, as well as the third base. Now, the layer is coming up, so I'm not, like, really expecting Dark Shrine to necessarily do a lot, but sometimes you catch them off guard with that. Oh, actually finishes the shade. All right, let's see what he can get done. The Lings come up and surround. Not a whole lot. Clears out those Lings at least. Ooh, but the shade out, getting some drones.
This is great play here by Stats. Is it going to be enough, though? I mean, really, it's all about the Zerg just weathering this. If you don't lose too many drones, you're probably fine. You have already the drones that were killed are hatching now again. 5 more drones. He's actually squeezing out even a little bit more. We do have Stats expanding, getting the Dark Shrine. We see Immortals coming in here. And it seems like things are going to quiet down at least for a little bit.
The Dark Shrine, hopefully for Stats' sake, will do something. Should be seeing that warping coming immediately upon it finishing. Here it goes. Actually making quite a quality army at home. Oh, he started blinking canceled. Oh, okay, maybe for just affording some more.
You know, as the game continues to unfold here, I don't think that Stats did anything too impressive as far as damage goes.
No,
You know, I mean,
I don't think so.
Dark basically held it. It doesn't mean Protoss loses now, but it does mean that, you know, a player like Dark is in about as good of a position as you could ask for. We have the DT, surprise DT run in here, but it immediately is shut down by Dark, who already has Overseers and a Spore.
Yeah, he scouted that just before the DT warp in.
So, I mean, Dark just really handling everything fine. And the game is going to propel itself into a macro game now, where Stats is going to have to probably push if he wants to win the game.
I like the army he's putting together. It's getting that blink now. Lots of roaches being made by Dark. But if Stats can just retain his immortal count, it's going to help a lot. Oh, look at this. A bunch of free overlords. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, this is actually really good. I mean, you take whatever you can get.
hilarious.
Oh, my God.
I can't believe you didn't get that one.
Oh, that sucks. I was going to say, I mean, stuff like that you'll always take, right?
Yeah.
Just free overlord kills.
What do you think about this burrow and burrow movement?
I don't know if Stats is going to be ready for it.
What an interesting choice.
Well, if you think about it, you know, the players after they do the adept play are usually, they're making immortals, of course. They're using sentries for force field, and they're going to rely on the SimCity of their base to be safe. But burrow movement kind of negates that, right? You can just burrow right under force fields. You can get right underneath an immortal and just kill it.
Normally nowadays people utilize Ravagers more for that, but Dark has been playing a little bit Ravager light compared to what we've seen from him in the past.
Well, maybe it's something he's experimenting with. I mean, certainly it's something that Stats will have less experience dealing with. It could also be just the way the map is shaped. He realizes, oh, I can just literally burrow underneath the army and pop up and kill everything. Just the way Protoss's wall and play. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, kind of cool. Burrow's there. Of course, as soon as you see those roaches, you're going to know exactly what's going on. Now, there might not be
I
any
don't think
detection.
he sees this.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's splitting them too.
Oof. Oof indeed. All right, so here comes the main attack. Now he's gonna unbro the roaches over here so that he can actually kill off workers.
That is a lot of roaches coming forward. Look at that, the bro movement being used, moving forward here. Juggling going on, but a lot of probes are dying during all of this as well. Looks like he will hold the main army.
The problem, though, is that there might be so many kills over here on the probes. We're already up to 20.
Yeah, that's painful.
Oh, my gosh.
Can you imagine how different this game is if he has 60 workers?
Oh, completely different. The third has been canceled.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, with that going down as well, this is looking real good for Dark Sub.
Dark continues to come in here and just hammers that cannon, takes that out. More probe kills inbound here.
Just massacring the economy.
He's so good. Again, 3 roaches, you one-shot those probes. And here we go, cue the Jaws music.
Yeah, popping up, going after these mortals, but there are batteries here.
I think even if Dark doesn't take this fight correctly, he's still gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually this is just too much.
Too much damage up, but the batteries are out of juice as well. Stats holding on for now, but at sub 40 probes for how long? Dark has twice the supply.
This is just brutal. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta say that the setup here from Dark is just so good. He really is taking Dark to the next level.
Yeah.
Like, he looks at this specifically and he says, okay, I'll just hit you in the front. You might be able to hold it, but you're gonna lose too many probes. You're not prepared for burrow roaches. You are prepared for Ravagers, but not burrow roaches after the Adept play. And this is some pretty revolutionary stuff. We don't really see this.
We never see this.
Yeah, I mean,
this is brand new.
Yeah. And I mean, it's 33 workers versus 69 probes, man.
Yeah. All right, well,
okay.
I mean, eventually he is going to smother him with these, right?
I mean, yeah, I think this is just the end here.
Vials just raining down absolutely, where more and more probes die. That Immortal just will not die, though. Blinks forward.
Yeah, maybe Dark overextends a little bit here. Let's not forget what happened in Game 2 where Dark was going ham and then actually didn't account for the fact that the counterattack could come through here.
If he had like 4 more Immortals, I'd give him a shot to clear this out, right? But he doesn't have anything cost efficient enough to beat Dark just holding down the Arc Key.
You know what's also true is that these roaches just keep coming across the map. Which means more and more and more probes are going to be killed here.
Look at that, just annoying him so much. Little sets of roaches absolutely everywhere. You don't really have the economy to throw down cannons here either. Every answer is a bad answer. Did he just attack his own pylon?
I think he did. Wow.
Well, that's
how many roaches does it take to one-shot an Immortal? Nobody knows. Okay, that was quite the game. Dark, he's definitely one of the top picks for someone who's going to be advancing.
Yeah. But you know what? Stats and Astrea put up some good games against some
Yeah, man, our Protoss players are looking strong today. And Stats, of course, is not eliminated. He'll be waiting in the final match, our 5th best of 3. Okay, we're going to have an interview now. Guri will be talking to Dark, and Andy will be translating it, and I think we're ready for that. We'll be going to that now.
16강에 올라가는
Okay, we're
첫
going to have an
번째
interview with
적은
Dark,
드래곤
the
포니스
first
게이밍의
winner
강영우 선수
of Group B round of 24.
축하드립니다.
Congratulations.
네.
Thank you.
자, 먼저 1위 소감부터
First of all, how do you
들어볼게요.
feel right now?
조가 상당히 좀 어려워서
Well, the group was really hard,
는 좀 어렵겠다라는
and I
생각이
actually thought first place might be hard,
분들이 잘 통해서
but
올라가는
my builds and
네,
strategies
오늘
worked really well today.
김대엽 선수가 아리어의 방패 같다는 말을 들을 정도로
And
멋진
today,
경기력,
Stats,
수비력
the Shield of Iron,
결국
played so well on the
뚫어내셨습니다.
defense,
사실
but you
이
did
세트에서
overcome
바로
him.
올라가는 그림도 그리셨을 것 같은데
And you
좀
probably
아쉬울
thought
것
about
같아요.
advancing after the second game. So any
1세트
disappointments?
같은 경우에는
Well, the second game.
10판 쓰면 한 판 막힐까 말까 한
Well, that's a strategy that
그거를
gets
바로
actually
막으시더라고요.
offended off one
좀
game out of 10
다르구나
games.
생각을 좀
So I
했어요.
definitely knew
그
Stats was an
정도로
extraordinary
전직과가
player.
강력한데 이걸 막아낸 김대엽 선수도 대단한 것
Yes, props to
같습니다.
Stats for defending it.
오늘 승자전도 승자전이지만 저는 맥스엔젤 선수와의 에버드림 경기가
Your
정말
match
하이라이트인
against
것
Max
같아요.
Angel at Astrea
이게
in Everdream was definitely phenomenal.
단 한 번의 기습 전투로
With one sudden
프로토스의
assault,
우주모함 조합을
you turned around the
깨고
momentum
역전을 거뒀는데요.
and you
이게
got the win in the
그야말로
game.
기습적인 시도였는지 아니면 타락기에 울트라 리스크 감염충까지
So was that a
조합해서
carefully
싸우셨잖아요.
conducted fight,
이런
or was
전술을
that some
들여놓고
unplanned,
울트라까지
impromptu
기다렸다가 노렸던
sudden attack?
타이밍이었는지 궁금한데요.
So I'm curious as to
이거는 좀
what it is.
자세하게 말씀드리기는 그 개념상 그렇고
I think it's gonna be hard
다
to
노린 수가 있었어요.
get into
근데
specifics.
그게 다 잘 통해서
But yeah, it was intended and it was
똑같이
carefully conducted.
그렸다면 이것이 박용 선수의 역량이다 하고 황영재 해설님께서
So Gisa-do
이게
was
선수를
impressed
다루는 기준일
by your
것이다.
strategies
이런
and builds
역량을
today.
체크해 보려고 했던 질문이었습니다. 사실 오늘 박용 선수의 경기를 굉장히 오래 기다리고 있었던 게
Actually, I was waiting for your
지난
match,
시즌
Dark.
GSL 참가 이후로
Last
처음으로
season,
GSL에서 8강 탈락을 하셨거든요.
you were eliminated in the
그리고
round of 8 for the first time.
우전대에서 3대빵도 저는
And in the
처음
best of
봤어요.
5, you got 3-0 by TY.
네. 아 이건 정말 낯선 경험이셨을
So that
것
was
같아요.
really,
어떻게 좀 목수의 칼을
A
갈아오셨나요?
surprise. So, are you going to take revenge on TY?
수카를 갈고 싶은데
season.
이제
Yes, I do want to.
그 시드권 그게 있잖아요.
But you know,
그래서
TY has this ability
저는 뭐
to change
괜찮습니다.
players in the group nomination.
또
So,
다른 시즌을 준비하고
you
있어요.
know, I'm fine. I'm just going to
권태양
look forward to
선수가
this season.
나를 또 뽑는다고 해도 기꺼이 응할 혹시
So, are you going to be happy to join his group in the group nomination?
했는데
I mean, if he does pick me, that would be good.
뭐 뽑아주시면 감사해요.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be thankful if he picks me in
뽑아주시면
the group
감사하다.
nomination.
역시 우승자다운 그런 발언입니다. 자 최근에 밸런스 패치가 있었는데
Recently, there was a
저그
balance
선수들의
patch.
목소리는
And
다소
Zergs
저그에게
weren't
안
really
좋다,
satisfied with the
힘들다
patch.
이런 여론이거든요. 박명우 선수는 어떠세요?
So, Dark, what do you think about the
확실히
patch?
옛날에 비해서 많이 좀 그 뭐라 해야 되지? 많이 좀 안 좋아진 것
Well,
같아요.
compared to before, it's definitely worse.
많이 힘들어진 것 같아요.
The ZVT is really hard.
앞으로 이제 24강 많은 경기가 남았는데
Round of 24, there are many matches left. So I'm curious as to how many Zerg players will actually advance to round 16.
궁금하다 하셨습니다. 자 그렇다면 그 밸런스가 박명 선수에게도 앞으로 큰 영향을
So let's
미칠지
see if this
저희도
balance
궁금한데요.
patch will have any
마지막
effect
한마디까지
on Dark in
들어보도록
the future
하겠습니다.
matches. So before you go, anything you want to say,
아주
Dark?
뭐 오늘도 이것저것 많이 쓰긴 했지만
Well, I mean, I
아직
did use a bunch of strategies today,
준비해 놓은 게 많아요.
but I do have a lot of strategies at my disposal. So I'm going to show more beautiful matches in
네,
round
다시 한번
16.
진출 축하드립니다.
Once again, congratulations on your advancement, Dark. Thank you.
네 이렇게 1위 진출자 박명우 선수 만나봤는데요. 계속해서 GSL
Alright.
이벤트 안내해드립니다.
Well, Dark is a beast, Artosis.
Yeah, looks absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to see
Yeah.
how far he goes. And I agree. I want to see how many Zergs are going to advance. You know, we're in such a fresh meta with these
Yeah.
new maps and the new patch.
The game is really looking pretty different, actually.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's
And-
quite
and
noticeable.
different in a very good way, too. So,
yeah, well,
we're-
I think anything different is just refreshing.
Yeah.
You know?
got to mix
And
it
it's
up.
summer. We need refreshment.
We're going to go to a short break. We come back. The losers match. Do not go away.